Good afternoon, everybody. It's Stephen and Paul from WinExtra bringing you your Microsoft's Daily Brief for January 11th, 2011, episode 71. And we all could wish we had hairdressers like the one that Paul had recently.
No, you do not want the 45-year-old crackhead, which was the last one I went to. Or you don't want the hairdresser that you had today, which was the
one that needed some severe communication skills, yes.
Yeah, can you just push your microphone back an inch or two?
Is that better?
That's better.
Okay.
Awfully better.
All right.
It's a muddled up news day today. Nobody's been kind of talking about anything. Except the iPhone 4 on Verizon. And I'm like, okay.
You know, I went out to take care of some things this morning, like do some shopping, get my hair cut and everything else like that. I come back and my feed read is like 3/4 to, I would say 9/10 of the general tech posts were all iPhone on Verizon. And it's like, can you guys not talk about something else?
I mean, I really don't get it. Okay, I understand it's a big thing that iPhone is going through a CDMA carrier, and you know, but it's not that big. It's another carrier. Okay. I mean, the basic iPhone that is going there is pretty much identical, except of course for the ability you get an app now where you can turn your iPhone into a hotspot, and possibly some improvements to the antenna design, but that really is it.
Well,
it's not that big news, people.
I know that today's been kind of rough for finding anything to do with Microsoft, but this one here is this is our I guess our inaugural stupid post of the day. This is
the why the fuck did you post that of the day post?
Yes.
And
Kinect controlling a toilet seat.
Yeah, but it's worse. Okay.
Yeah,
Kinect hacks. Put the video up.
Well,
Kinect hacks ran this video, and it's supposedly somebody using Kinect to control their toilet so that the toilet seat goes up and the toilet seat comes down, and you know you can flush, and not to mention all the more sort of novel uses you could really put a camera Kinect to in a bathroom if you really put your mind to it. But this thing is CG. Where's the hack?
It has to be CG. There's no way that sucker is real. It bleeds CG.
It is CG. It's a guy standing in front of his blue screen, or he's just been blue screened into the CG environment. And they've run it as an innovative hack. I mean, can you imagine not just the coding, obviously, to have your Kinect sort of figure out your motions, but also to have it hardwired into the pneumatics that you would require inside the toilet to lift the seat and close the seat and, you know, flush it and all that sort of stuff.
And then, really, why would you want to do that in the first place? Yeah,
really, why? Do you want to go stand 6 foot back from your toilet in order to say flush?
Anyway, on good news, analyst Michael Patcher, has estimated that Wii sales are down and Xbox 360 sales were way up in December.
Yeah, they're estimating that the Xbox 360 outsold its nearest competitor, which was, of course, the PlayStation 3, by over 2-to-1 units-wise. So 2.5 million Xboxes to 1.2 million PlayStation 3s. Interestingly enough, I don't think we have a story in here, but do you remember how old Baldy got up on stage and he said that they'd flogged 8 million Kinects? Yep. And they pushed Microsoft anyway, and somebody at Microsoft turned around and said it was 8 million Kinects shipped.
Yeah.
Right? But they're waiting on the official MB numbers to come out on this, but apparently it looks like the disparity between shipped and sold is negligible.
Yeah. I don't expect it to be anything more than that, but it's like we all know Kinect is what made the Xbox this past winter, this holiday season. Like, it's, you know, and really,
it's what's going to make the Xbox and the PC going forward.
Exactly. I was just going to say, you know, I totally expect this to be a driving force for PC sales. I would say next Christmas even. I would estimate that by next Christmas.
Well, definitely with Windows 8. I expect to see Microsoft put the pressure on OEMs to integrate this in the same way that OEMs currently integrate webcams.
Yeah.
Definitely for Windows 8. Possibility of standalone units for a future service pack of Windows 7. So we'll see.
It'd be an interesting thought too. Is with their push into stores, like brick and mortar retail stores, it would be interesting if they decided to go down the road of it being Microsoft branded laptops and desktops that had the built-in Kinect.
It would, but they'd need to sell them online as well because.
No, I'm just saying it would be the Microsoft brand. Okay, you know
it would be interesting. It would be interesting, but I think Microsoft will want more of an immediate user base and an immediate sales, because they're not going to do that. They're not going to get that. It's going to be very hard to muscle OEMs into saying, right, stick our branding on your laptop.
Yeah. And plus, they would need a heck of a lot more stores out there as well.
Yeah, for sure. They've got bugger all. As we hear right now, I'm just skipping to the end of the show notes today, is that basically they're opening up their second store, which is another Seattle store. And this one is the graphic is there in the show notes, so we'll put that up, but you'll see just how close this is to the actual Apple store. Yeah. It is literally across the street from the Apple store. I'm just like, hello, we're here.
Oh, God. Yeah. But when it comes to the stores, though, they've got to start going out of. They've got to start going into more smaller cities. Like don't be concentrating and going up against Apple. Step out on your own.
Yeah, they have to go to places that aren't, tech meccas.
Yeah.
For example, they have to start building a presence and a name for themselves elsewhere. Pick any city in the world, any city in the country, and there's no reason why there shouldn't be a Microsoft store there. If the population is above 200,000, why isn't there a Microsoft store?
Hell, franchise them.
Apple do.
Yeah. Just as long as you carry the Microsoft logo, you sell the Microsoft products, you can have your own Microsoft store sort of thing. It'd be a different idea.
Well, you know what, Hodson? Maybe you can get into the job of educating Microsoft on how to open their stores. In the meantime, Microsoft is trying to educate everybody else through Office 365. How's that for a segue?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying here. We've nothing to work with today.
I know. We've got absolutely nothing to work with. Segue terrible.
Yes, exactly. But anyway, 365 apparently has picked up a whole new bunch of educational institutes. So they're now touting it as the premier education package thingy.
Yeah, they've apparently being used by more than 15 million students worldwide.
Which isn't too bad. Well, you must remember, right? The Office 365, which we've compared it to the free Google Apps offering, is substantially better but you're paying for it. But for the average user, that's $14 a month. But if you're an educational institution, it's $6 per teacher.
Yeah.
And only $2 per student. Oh, and that starts working out really, really well then at that point.
Yeah, apparently, I guess some of the new institutions that they've added to their list include the Beijing Open.
No, actually, I apologize. I read that wrong. The entry-level package is $6 for staff, free for students.
Okay, cool.
So that makes it a much, much sweeter deal because it is a far superior product to opt than Google Apps.
But as I was saying, apparently the new ones added to their list of institutions using the service include the Beijing Open University, Western Kentucky University, and the University of Bologna.
And the University of I really give a shit.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, but anyway. Do you remember the big hoo-ha about Microsoft buying a whole load of Novell patents?
Yeah, I remember we talked about it.
Apparently they were going to drop $450 million or something as part of the consortium, but now they've pulled out.
Yep, they're not. It's done, folks. No more. They aren't buying the patents. You can rest easy. All you open source, twits or whatever you want to call yourselves, you're safe.
All right, well, being kind of an open source advocate myself, but yeah, open source people really did have an issue with this because they were kind of like, well, this is Microsoft buying patents that directly affect the open source community. But it's then you kind of have to ask yourself, okay, this is a very legit society where everybody has patents. Well, why hasn't the open source community sort of dug deep into their pocket and set up some sort of
Start a Kickstarter fund.
Bought them themselves.
Start a Kickstarter fund to buy them all for yourselves.
But let's be honest. How many developers are out there? Are there? And how many people out there are open source advocates? And how many people would be willing just to donate $1, or $2, or $10, or $20? If you get enough people together, you can get the money together to buy these patents.
Yeah.
If it's only costing Microsoft $450, well, set up some. I'm not even going to get into it because there are foundations out there, but if they really wanted them, this could be done rather than just whining.
Now, yesterday, of course, the big news was that Bob Muglia is being shown the door.
Literally shown the door.
Literally shown the door.
With Bammer saying that he has decided it's time for new leadership.
Well, Mary Jo Foley has the full email that Bob Muglia sent to Microsoft staff, and there's a pissing contest going on, folks.
Yeah, it's really much of there's really a lot of my dick is bigger than your dick in this email, even though it's very, very nicely and eloquently written. But the talk of how he's based his life on integrity and how it's leadership comes from the team and from goals set by the team and working together. It's a big sort of slapdown at management from above him. And, it is a pissing match, but it's well worth reading. Yeah. So, follow the link in the show notes to Mary Jo Foley's blog. And, yes, he's going to be there at Microsoft for at least the foreseeable 5 to 6 months. Yeah, the summertime. And he has committed himself to doing the best he can while he's there, but really who does when they know they're being shown the door?
Sure.
And to doing the best he can when he leaves. The only question that's left is where is he going to go?
Yeah. I don't know.
Because he has stated that he does have interests that he's looking forward to pursue.
Yeah, just like every other executive before him. Anyway, folks,
it's his stamp collecting.
Yes, there we go. Anyway, that has been Daily Brief for January 11th, 2011. I'm Steve. That's Paul. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
See you tomorrow, folks. And remember, if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to thumb us up and hit the subscribe button.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching.